to another episode of the Toon in 10. My name's Adam, that's Pete, and that is Vince on my right. It's been a bit of a happier week in the life of a Newcastle United fan, so let's crack on and talk about that. As usual, we've got 5 minutes on the clock for the first half. Once the timer stops, that's it, we stop talking. Let's crack on. 5 minutes at the go, and we're off. Right, 1-0 at Bristol. We beat Reading 4-1. It seems that long ago. It's been 6 points. We've started. This is the real quiz. How did you find it, guys?
I'm not going to count my chickens before they've hatched, simply because the first 2 games weren't good enough, and I don't think 4-1 was a fair reflection of the scoreline, a fair reflection of the match. It was a fair reflection of the scoreline. I don't think it was a real fair reflection of the match. I think Reading were a bit better than that, and I think if we look at the stats for the Bristol match, we only had 1 shot on target. They had more shots on goal and
I think it was only 3 on target in the whole match, so yeah.
So good, don't get me wrong, I'm happy. 6 points, we're up to about 7th in the league, I think. But at some point, we have to put on a massive run. I mean, you look at Burnley, who won the league by only a few points last season. They went 22 games unbeaten. That's the kind of run you need to put in the Championship. Right now, I don't see us having that consistency, but I'm not going to complain. 2 wins, we're back to where we need to be.
Yeah, Pete?
Yeah, I mean, obviously the start wasn't particularly good, but I think actually getting an away win is a massive,
first and 12, isn't it?
Off our back. It really is. Like, and you know, at this level, any level, if you've got a striker in form who's playing with confidence, it's going to get you so far. And to see the way Gayle is playing, the way he took that goal, there was only 1 shot, but Christ, he got that 1 chance and he took it very, very well. After considering where we were after the first couple of games, now I'm pretty positive, and it just shows that I think he's obviously got quite a lot of calm. He's got a very calming presence, but he has.
Yeah,
people trust
we haven't
him.
panicked.
Yeah, and as fans didn't panic, and I think we could have easily.
It was annoying.
But it had been another manager, you would have.
Well, look at the reaction Moyes got after just losing 2 games at Sunderland. He had those 2 fans go up for him.
He's been in the job for 3 weeks, but anyway, do
you know what I mean? That's the difference.
I found 2 similarities actually in the 2 games. Certainly, like the Reading game with the 6-2 at Norwich last season. That was another game where at half time, you actually forget how much that game was hanging in the balance, and then ultimately a scoreline at full time that seemed to kind of flatter us. Because that Norwich game, it was about 2-2 at half time, I think it was.
No,
it really could have gone either way.
We
maybe just gone 3-2.
No, but I remember at 3-1. I was still not. They made it 3-2.
It was right in the balance.
One of them games.
And actually, another. If we look at the Dwight Gayle's goal against Bristol, almost a carbon copy of Mitrovic's goal in that Norwich 6-2, where Sissoko crossed it in on the break from the right. Mitrovic let it come across, and then a left foot finish across the keeper. Very, very similar goals to that Mitrovic one as to Gayle's, with Diarmi playing him through. I'm actually pleased that Diarmi was a little bit invisible in his first game. Maybe he wasn't fully, maybe a bit rusty coming into a brand new team. But great that
interesting.
He got a key.
That number 10. I didn't think they were playing there.
Yeah, well, like I say, he can bring goals, and he's got a bit more technique that he can maybe slip a ball through, which we've kind of seen. But I think that's good chemistry already, you know. He's the kind of player that he's one of the most senior players that we've got in the squad, and we need players like him that are going to make that difference, that are going to create. We talked on the last episode about where the goals, where the creativity are going to come from. I mean, we've now seen a lot of different goals. We've had a couple of penalties. We've had scored from direct free kick. We've scored on the break. We've scored when fully attacking, tap-ins. You know, there's a nice blend and variety of now how we're creating more chances. Fair enough, we weren't really hitting the target against Bristol City, but I saw enough against Reading in the second half to think, I think we're slowly learning how to utilise Gayle to his best abilities.
What's your take on the team? Because Kieran Clark left back, Anita right back, Anita in the front three.
Yeah, Anita's
Why,
he seems to be
get people settled in the right positions?
Anita will ultimately be a utility man.
No, but
come in. But I
like,
think I know you're right, but I think he's clearly lacking recruits, which apparently he said he wants like 3 or 4 this before the end of the window. So we haven't seen his final team yet. So we'll see that. But it was interesting actually against Reading that he seemed to kind of look to be playing a 4-4-2 with Perez and Gayle up front, and with sort of Ritchie and sort of Anita further back as it was ended up being.
Looks like Perez is going to start many games. I think Perez is going to be a bench player.
He's been a bit off the boil, but I think we know what he can bring. We know his talents. Stop. That's the end of the first half. 6 points better than the last episode. So onwards and upwards, guys. We'll be back after half time. See you after this. Hello, and welcome back to the second half of the Toon in 10, brought to you by the Toon Network. Right, so now that the goals have started banging in, let's talk about the impact. For start, let's talk about the impact of our strikers. This week we've got the return of Mitrovic, and little Dwight's been on fire. So let's talk about that. Timer at the ready and go. So let's go to you, Vince, first. You predicted Dwight Gayle would be the top goal scorer, our top goal scorer this season. He certainly started well.
Yeah, of course. For me, it was a no-brainer. They've given him the number 9. He's been our second most expensive recruit. You know, they've clearly bought him into play. He's not going to have been stepping down from Palace on a promise that he's not going to be playing every game. And I just think, when you've seen his quality, he'll absolutely lap it up against Championship defences with his speed. I think he'll really, it sounds silly saying he's obviously coming to his own now, 4 goals. I think when you see Mitrovic played alongside him, it's going to be an absolute goal heaven. I think him and Mitrovic, big man, little man, they'll lap it up. Unfortunately, I know one of you had Perez to be the leading goal scorer. I think Perez and Armstrong will be the ones that miss out. I think we'll eventually play either a 4-4-2 or Gayle sort of playing just behind him, Mitrovic leading the line. I can't see them. Both of them will start eventually. So yeah, great start, just what I expected.
What I would like to see Benitez try is Anita up front.
I'd like to
give us some keeper gloves. Okay, yeah. It was evident in the first couple of games, and actually against Reading for a time as well, that we've been desperately missing a target man, and we didn't really know how to play with Gayle. I still, as much as he's had an excellent week, Gayle, I feel like he's probably one of those players that plays on confidence, and I really need this we kind of need this score and run while he started well, this score and run to continue, because I worry that if he does miss a couple of shots or whatever, his head might. I don't know. I don't know enough about him. I know he's missed. This is it. And I think
they never persevered with him.
But I think because he's missed a lot of that football, I think it is about esteem from him. It is about confidence, and he needs that encouragement and to be nurtured in that way that.
I think he's largely done it though, honestly. I think because it's not just one goal, and they're very good goals as well.
And the free kick.
The free kick was
fantastic. I'll be honest with you. I'll be honest with you. I was lining up the free kick, and Dwight Gayle was standing over, and I was kind of like, actually, every direct free kick we've had so far this season, Dwight Gale's always been in amongst it, but then he's never actually taken one, that I could remember anyway. I don't think he has. And I was basically slagging him off in my stand with a few people around me, and I was just saying, nah, he doesn't look like he can kick it 10 yards, and then he just floats it over, top bin. Bit annoying that Al-Habsi got a hand to it, because those goals always look better when the keeper kind of get to it, but no, I kind of take that away from it, and again, it's anticipation
So going on the confidence for him to go for that at home, with a crowd really at that point who
especially after
we weren't sure of him, we were thinking 10 million seemed a lot. I don't know where that fee came from. And I mean, after particularly the first couple of games, really, he was anonymous. We're thinking, we don't know how to play Gayle. As Vince says, the idea of having a big man next to him with him as the foil, it should be perfect.
I mean, do you think
still
it's,
go
could
back
this
to
be?
supply. I still
Could
go
this?
back to
Yeah,
supply.
of course. Do you think this could be like the next Shearer Bellamy?
Well, why not? I mean,
Mitrovic better in the air.
That's the idea, I
And
suppose.
he'd be running on for flick-ons. You know, I honestly feel like a 4-4-2 could work for us. But again, we need, as I'm sure we're going to get recruits, we've got Ritchie, but we need another senior creator winger who can either like you say create or can score from wide positions as well, like a wing forward, whatever. Because
I know we've talked these 4 names. Do you know of anyone we're linked with who plays in that position?
I mean, it's like Knockout and Forestieri that probably won't go away until.
Knockout was the one that he wanted, but he reckoned up, and I think Knockout would be a good sign because he's proven at that level.
And they would take him away from him.
Yeah, he was a class apart for Brighton.
And we play Brighton at the weekend.
Yeah,
so
yeah. But that's not happening. I think that's the
don't
thing.
know.
We all know.
They're keeping a lot of things close to the chest, I think.
We all know that's what we need. I think everything else is there. I really do. I'm still not sold on Sells, I've got to say, as our main number 1. I'm not feeling him yet.
I don't think we needed to sign a keeper.
I don't think we do, but because he has signed
surprise.
Again, because it's Benitez, I'm
This
the
is it. I better have more than not
another
enough.
manager, if McLaren had came in with the keepers we've got and decided to bring his own keeper in from a league that we don't know and a player we don't know and put him straight at number 1, I'd be like, that's a bit.
Yeah, but then you go. I
Yeah.
think that's. But yeah.
Quick half. It's gone back today.
But yeah, so let's hope we can find a place for Mitrovic and Gayle to continue banging them in. Because I think Gale's got 4 and 4 now. He's almost assuring to get at least, he's going to get double figures. So, well, I'd like to think.
No, I think it's a no-brainer.
But on the, but yes, of course, you need good service from the wings as well. Matt Ritchie started well. Pete, do you want to tell the guys a little story about Matt Ritchie?
So yes, so
I'm putting you on the spot there. Sorry.
So I talked to someone at the club, sources and that, and they said that when Matt Ritchie went through his medical, he broke every record that medical team have ever seen for any player who's ever signed for Newcastle, and they think of him as just some sort of freak. And it's apparently the talk of the whole club is about how physically fit Matt Ritchie is.
I mean, he's a proper Raj packet. We saw his celebration after the penalty.
Yeah.
But he does go around the pitch just like he's a fierce little thing. I think Gayle has been excellent with his goal contribution. But I really think Matt Ritchie so far in those first 4 games, he's shown already how key he is.
I never doubted Ritchie.
But I don't think we've signed one Duff player so far this transfer window. Everyone's come on.
Well, I haven't played that.
James.
Defender,
yeah. But he will be.
He'll be sound, yeah.
Do you know what I mean? If you have a look, Hayden scored. Ritchie, Gayle, Sells looks all right. I think we've. Clark looked good. Hanley looks good. Yeah. I think we haven't signed one Duff player yet. When was the last time we could say that?
Yeah.
Torvan, Cabela, De Jong, who's gone today.
Sam De Jong. He's gone. Honestly, I got this notification through on Twitter and it was like, he's passed his medical, and was just like, you what?
That's the only thing he did for us was pass his medical. Right,
It's
mindful
loan,
we've got on
isn't it?
about an
It's
extra
loan,
20 minutes.
They've actually signed it, mate.
I think somebody had posted as well on Twitter, forget which account it was, they'd gone on the Chronicle mobile site and there was a picture of De Jong in his PSV red and white stripes. Ironic. And underneath was an advert for injury lawyers for you. And they said, was this intentional digital advertising? But yeah, look, it never really happened for him.
Never really happened for him. I mean,
It didn't happen for him. No, it didn't happen for him. I think I quite like the idea of him, and I think he could have been a really good influence on and off the pitch. A bit of seniority that we're kind of lacking at the minute. But look, if you're going to get injured, it's a waste of a squad number place. And
it was a collapsed loan that did it for me.
Just like,
second collapsed loan. I mean, how often do you hear of a football player with a collapsed loan?
It's just he would have got injured playing Monopoly. It's a shame, but best of luck to him.
Luke managed it, so
yeah. But well, yeah, that means the hallowed number 10 shirt is free. So
I'd like
I
to
don't
see
know.
Charlie Adam come in.
Really?
I would.
can't see him
I
dropping
think
that.
Charlie Adam would be. He's not really getting a game for Stoke. I think Charlie Adam would be a good signing for us.
Yeah.
That's
Well,
my shout anyway.
watch the space. Well, hopefully the next time we speak to you, we'll be celebrating a win against Brighton at home.
Cheltenham. tomorrow.
Cheltenham in the EFL Cup, the newly branded. And hopefully we'll have some new signings before the end of the transfer window because we bloody need them. So yeah. Right. Well, we'll say goodbye to you there. I've been Adam. That's been Pete. That's been Vince. This has been another episode of the Toon in 10. Please like, please subscribe, share us all over, and we'll see you next time. Cheers.
You're going to say hello to that Dom?
Dom Noble, this is just for you, mate. See you later, guys. Bye-bye.